And in recognition of the awareness campaign of the White Ribbon Foundation, the AFL says no to violence against women. Would you please join the players and the umpires in the City of the National Anthem and perform the Dance Australia Care, Sharon Crystal.
With golden soil and wealth for toil, how promise earth I see. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every state advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Ready to go. It is Heidelberg taking on Northcote Park here at Preston City Oval. It is the Division 1 Grand Final, and all ready to go as the umpire holds the ball aloft, and we are ready to play. Chooses to throw the first ball up. McEwen got first hands on the footy, tapped it in the direction of his teammate. Big hit late on Letter, his own teammate there, O'Connell. But the first kick goes out wide to that far wing. McEwen's going to be first to the ball, doesn't get a kind bounce, allows Nolan to get in, just brushes off a would-be tackler, kicks long inside 50, sitting underneath it. Ball came from McNeese, and now Bronick Davies to run it out if he can control it.
He picks it up now, gives off a little handball back to Carter, his teammate, goes on the right foot into the middle of the ground, finds Letter, he's on his own, gives a handball off to Morris, he's usually a good kick, goes on the right foot, out to that wide flank out there, he's got a mark from a teammate, it's Pappas out there, and he goes in with a short driving ball, and he hits his teammate Coden Coleman straight on the chest. He's about 40 metres out, slight angle, and he'll line up for the first goal of the day for the Cougars.
First off, you saw a bit of nerves there early on. Doesn't matter who you are, Davies fumbled a ball that he probably otherwise wouldn't, but two instrumental things happened there. Just saw the strength of Dale Nolan in the middle of the ground, able to just push off, and such a big body, but also Carter not afraid to cut inside. That kick opened up the ground as now Coden Coleman to kick the first goal in the grand final. Just 1 minute in, kick on goal, looks to be missing near side, and just a minor score there for Coden Coleman. So the first opportunity goes wide. It's Northcote Park one behind. Heidelberg will obviously get to score and now set the kick out. Which way will they break? They've got the huddle in the middle of the ground. Look like they're going to go to that far side. Long kick out. Michael Gay's going to stand under it. Big fly came from Finn at the back of the pack. Ball falls to the front though. Wunton handball outside. Northcote Park with the runners. A fumble though. Coleman's in and amongst it. Now a chance for the Tigers. They're clean. They weren't though. Handball inside. Ends up in the hands. Shot on goal. Is going to go across the face of goal. It comes a bit of Noldrip, looks like, in the middle of that pack there. So Northcote Park with the second minor score. It's two behinds, taking on 0. In fact, it was Doug Morris who got that kick out of the pack.
Plenty of space on the near side of the ground if Heidelberg want to go that way, but they decide to go out to the outer side. Long kick, hits Ollie McEwen on the chest, wasn't the right option, didn't really favour Michael Finn who was leading. McEwen gave it off to Morris. Morris goes inside with the right foot kick. Oh, chopped off beautifully there by the defender there at the back. There's that Cosgriff who've taken a very nice mark there.
Might be
Nolan actually, sorry. There. Danny Nolan.
Made to earn it, isn't he? He's feeling the effects of that one there. Was faint to get off the handball, instead opted to go the kick off the one step, long to that far side. Big fist is going to end up back inside forward 50. McLennan trying to run onto it, but running straight through and taking the footy there. Great work there by Drapak. Kicked it long one, now contested footy. Handball came at the outside. Now a chance for Northcote Park. Got players on the outside. Could have used Hogan. Pappas opted to run outside. Further still, right option there. Kicks up the line. Finds Kelly. Kicks it inside 50 again. A good hit. Couldn't quite take the mark there. Running out of full forward. That was Coleman. Some big hits laid early on. Interesting there that Northcote Park, instead of looking to really back their pace there, Mills could have handled back to Hogan. How good was that by Drapak though? Just attacked the footy and crashed the pack and got the kick up the field.
Coden Coleman leading very nicely to the ball very early on in these stages of the game. Scanlon trying to bust through that pack, can't quite. He's brought to ground, and there will be yet another bounce out there on the outer side of the ground. deep in the Northcote Park forward line. The score is 2 behinds Northcote Park on grand final day to Heidelberg yet to score. That one tapped out towards the boundary. Coleman chasing after it. He's going to be pushed over the line and they'll be getting another throw in.
Just see Nick Carter is on Reece Healy there, one to get the eye, and obviously, as we mentioned earlier on, Considine, the man giving first crack at Dale Nolan rather. Tigers have gone inside 50 just once in the early stages here. Tap out now. Houlihan trying to extract it, gave the tap out wider. Still a lot of numbers around this footy here. Tigers in possession, almost like the rugby scrum. Comes out now. Northcote Park can run onto it. That's Hogan again, going to kick it long, top of the goal. So we've got numbers at the back of the pack, and Paddy O'Connell could have marked it. Opted for the was to just put the hands up, almost that mini shepherd, and Coden Coleman's taken the mark on the top of the goal square. Hogan's, Morris rather, has been instrumental early. Thumped the ball inside plenty of times, and this time he found the target. Well, really two of them at the back of the pack. It was O'Connell could have marked it, let Coleman take it, and he should really now kick the first goal of the grand final.
15 metres out, second opportunity for Coden Coleman. He's put this one straight over the goal umpire's head. Gets his first of the day. He's got 1 goal, 1 and 34 for the year. Great work by Coden Coleman. And as he said, Doug Morris, absolutely fantastic. When he's not at the bottom of the pack feeding out handballs, he's letting go of 65-metre kicks, lace out onto the forward's chest.
Well, so far this game has been played all in Northcote Park's forward 50. They've had four inside 50s to 1 in favour of Heidelberg, but they've also gone against what I said at the start of the game. I thought it was going to be free-flowing, but it's been quite stagnant so far, and Doug Morris has had a fantastic first 5 minutes.
So they've certainly settled the better so far. Northcote Park had the numbers at the contest in that situation. The long kick in, Hope probably worked out better than expected initially as Hogan. In fact, Morris again had hands on the footy, just dropped it, allowed Gay to get involved. Handball to Nolan, runs to 60, long kick on goal. This could just well go through, misses to the near side. So minor score there for Danny Nolan, who's been prominent early. Took a big hit going back with the flight of the ball. It's the only way he knows how to play his footy though, tough and hard. And I love the way early in the game he just was willing to just try and brush off the tackler, kick the ball long. You know what you're going to get, no frills, just goes hard at it. A sensational player who this year won yet another senior best and fairest. The short kick out from the Cougars ends up in the hands there of Violato, and he kicks a shocker looking for his man in McEwen, who's chopped off by Healy. He's got targets at the top of the square. Nolan's going to fly from the back. He's going to have to go up against 3. Big fist went out wide. McNeese kept it in. Kick. Well, that's a grubber there. Just bounced off the knee there of Young and ends up out of bounds. Not a bad result there for the Tigers. It will be now thrown in nice and central in front of their goals. About 30 metres out. Trailing here 1-8 to Northcote Park, 1 behind.
Have to be very, very careful, the Northcote Park defenders here. You've got Powick, Young and Naboot at the foot of this pack, so you better be careful. There's a free kick going to be paid. It's going to go the way of Heidelberg. It's going to be a free kick going to Dorbolo. Oh no, Finn will take this kick. I thought he was throwing it to Dorbolo, but Finn will take it. He's about 45 metres out.
And that's where they have the clearest tendency, isn't it? Those two rucks, they're going to really... we've seen McEwen do all the ruck work so far. We know Flynn's there, but they've got to really work them over. They are the more talented ruckmen on the field. And Mickey Finn now to kick it from 45 metres. Shot on goal. It's spinning nicely, but it's going to go across the face. And Violato just happy to go up and take the mark, floating across the front of the pack. He's going to chip inside to Bronick Davies, so he's made just the 15, but it's the ball now central. He can go either way. He's got a lead coming out from O'Connell, doesn't opt to go that way. Now he's being told to hurry it along. He's going to be in some strife because there's no long targets to kick to. Got around Finn comfortably though and kicks out long in hope, and there's no one home. And setting up the great wall there is Alan Young, who takes the mark. Still 70 out from goal. Great defensive work by the Heidelberg attacking forward line. Young, long up and under kick. Finn's going to fly, so too the man staying down was Nolan, and Finn almost went as the decoy there. He jumped up, had the hands up, and the defenders were attracted to him, and Dale Nolan took the big mark about 20 metres out. 30-degree angle, but you back him from here. He is a beautiful kick of the football.
It was a good ploy by Michael Finn, wasn't it? He jumped up about 10 seconds before the ball was anywhere near him, but Dale Nolan just letting the ball slip into his hands there nicely off the back of that pack, and he should kick this goal. He's about 35 metres out where he'll be kicking it from. Slight angle, about a 45-degree angle, but you back him in from here. In comes Dale Nolan. And he puts a little bit of air into it. Oh, he shanked it out to the right. That's not the greatest kick. And 1 behind. His first score of the day. And the score is 2 behinds, plays 1 goal to Northcote Park.
I know he's missed that goal there, but good early signs for the Heidelberg Tools. Finn, his height and has given some worries early on, and also Nolan getting that early mark as the kick out from Scanlon was a spearing one to Carter. He goes wide, the dangerous one. Rajab had to wait under it, but he was good enough to take the mark. Ball now that far wing, playing the line, a lovely kick up the line to O'Connell, who's led hard. almost took out his teammate Daniel Leder from the first bounce. He's recovered okay though. He handled off to Lorenzini, who stopped and started again. Kick inside's an absolute spearing beauty to Leder. Now they're away. Look at the run. McNeese at half forward, kicking to Coleman, one-on-one. Coleman, has he flown? He had the first purchase, not the second. At ground level, got the handball at McClellan. Can he get a clear access to the footy? He couldn't. Good work by Kennedy. That second effort was great. The long kick out in hope, though, has been marked, and it's by Danny Rajab again to thump the ball back inside 50.
Rajab, will he go on the right foot? No, he was about to unleash a big ball there, but had to go back at his mark. Now he does go on the right foot, inside forward 50, right to the hot spot. Big fly over the back. Michael Finn again, playing that role that we know that he does so well there at centre half back, drifting over the top of the pack. Gives off the handball. Houlihan now out to the back flank in front of our commentary wing here. Good long kick. Hits Tiller on his own. Gives a little handball over the top. Now Heidelberg moving down through the wing position. Tries to get it over the top to Canino. He's running with Hogan. Hogan taps it back. Oh, great tackle there on McEwen. Now Young tries to get a little handball back to Naboot. Naboot tries to pick it up. Lorenzini did very nicely. Got it out to Scanlon. Now Northcote Parker away.
Scanlon kicking against that far wing where Kelly's led up and taking the mark on the chest. He goes up the line. He's got a man in plenty of space. It's O'Connell. Has he marked it within the line? He has. So O'Connell, the sliding mark. Now, this is the kick. Where can they find? Coleman's leap before was exceptional. I thought Kennedy did really well to, once he had the hands on the ball, to just get it away from him. Obviously, an experienced defender. Long kick. Wunton flew early.
Ooh.
Ball slipped to the back. Finn dropped what he normally would take. Now, ball at ground level. Comes to Brock McClellan. Handball wasn't the best one. He should have had a shot on goal. Coleman was flat-footed, and now the ball with Kennedy. The calm head kicks it out wide, and they're a chance to really use that far wing now. Their numbers out there, but they kicked it over the top of Gay's head. So now Northcote Park with control. Naboot went in there, did well. Can he lock it up? No, ball still going to come Northcote Park's way. Lorenzini feint the handball one way, opted to go to a ruckman though in Flynn, who did well to tap it on. Now a chance. Is that Morris now? The thumping kick from 55. Will it have the carry right to the line? Punch through for a minor score. So Northcote Park peppering 139. Heidelberg 2 behinds. We've played in this first term. What are we up to now? We've played about 10 minutes. The Cougars leading by 7 points. Doug Morris has been sensational early on, and Lorenzini's certainly taking the game on too.
Yes, they have been fantastic, but they must get reward for effort early in this game while they've got the opportunities. Long kick comes out off the back. Nice work by Naboot. And now Heidelberg are moving into forward 50. Nolan one-on-one. Could take the mark off his hands. Healy now running onto it. He's going to have to get a kind bounce. Flicked off there by Tiller. Now a little handball from Carter. Gets Northcote out of trouble. Now a handball up to Lorenzini. He handballs again to Scanlon, and Scanlon now moves it to McNeese. McNeese gets it to Leder under pressure straight away. He's going to have to find teammates. Heidelberg have got the numbers. They'll work it out nicely. That kick inside from Logie wasn't the greatest one. Violato brings it out from fullback. That's a nice kick into the middle of the ground.
Great effort before by Considine on ground level. Just that dive just ensured that Healy couldn't run onto loose ball. In fact, it was Tiller as Morris takes 2 running bounces. He can go inside 50 again, looking for Coleman on the lead. He's troubling them, Coleman. He marked that time in front of Jackson, so before Kennedy, but he's got the pace on the lead, but also his hands are so strong, and he can go back now. It's a tough spot to kick a goal from. We'll have to kick it 40 metres, hemmed up near the boundary line, but Coden Coleman's looking great. Doug Morris is on fire early on as Coleman comes in from right in front of the scoreboard. Might have just kicked the goal. He's done it. Coden Coleman has 2 early goals, both assists coming from Doug Morris, and Northcote Park with a handy little break early on. The Cougars 2 goals, 3-15. Heidelberg 2 behinds. We've played now 11 and a half minutes first term.
Doug Morris undeniably the best player on the ground at the moment.
So far, yeah. And his link up with Coden Coleman as well. I mean, Coleman's been leading into the spaces, and Morris has just been finding him every single time, and it's that partnership so far has worked pretty well. The
Heidelberg forward line did so well to keep the pressure on here, but the Cougars just always had that extra handball going on and going on. They backed themselves even under the most immense pressure.
That one down by Gay, only as far as Delidio. Kicks a high up and under towards half forward. It just bounces over the head of McLennan. Now Houlihan, Lope away off half back. Goes with a left foot kick out to the outer side. A couple of players after this one, but Hogan bursting through does very nicely there for Northcote. Gave a little kick up to Kelly at half forward, on right half forward, and then he chips it slightly further, tries to get it over the top to Paddy O'Connell, but a good spoil coming there over the top, and it's out of bounds.
So Tigers need to get their hands on the footy from the contest, aren't they? Northcote Park winning that clearance count. What's the number at the moment there, Jordan?
Clearances in for Heidelberg are 5. To Northcote Park's just 1.
Okay, so I might be mistaken there as Scanlon extracts that one there to Rajab. Rajab decides to take a player on who was caught at the last moment, gave it off to Mills, who's flat-footed, trying to find something that's not quite there at the moment. Rajab tackled again. Mills goes hard, looking for the boundary. The youngster there, Brock McLennan, trying to run through, couldn't quite do that, and It's going to be a ball up or a throw in fact, right in front of the scoreboard, which reads Northcote Park 2-3-15. Heidelberg 2 behind. Coden Coleman with the opening 2 goals of the contest as Flynn to do the ruck work against Gay. Ball slips to the back of the pack. Leder gets the footy. Handballs off to Carter. Standing start. Kick smothered. Still falls onto the boot there. Might have been the up and under kick was a scout.
Oh!
Big play! An absolute hanger taken by Joey Wunton at the top of the goal square. And this will make it for a dream start for the Cougars. That long kick in might have actually been Rajab. I think I said Scanlon, but again, we saw it with Morris early on, just kicking to the top of the goal square to the hot spot, and their big forwards are taking the marks today. Wunton has taken, well, it would be a Mark of the Year contender, but we know that Pettifer already wrapped up that award at presentation night on Wednesday.
What an exciting piece of play that was. An amazing mark, and he does the kick justice and puts it through the middle. Great stuff by Joey Wunton, his first of the day. And Northcote Park, what a start to this grand final.
We said in the pre-match that the first 10 minutes could very well determine the outcome of today's game. We expected a really close encounter. We saw Northcote Park win the preliminary final based on 5 minutes before half-time, and where they kicked 3 goals without Monty touching the footy, and they kicked the opening 3 goals of the game. Their midfield is getting plenty of the football, and inside 50 so far, Jordan have got the ball inside plenty early on in this game.
Northcote Park have had 9 inside 50s in this first quarter compared to Heidelberg just 6, and now Flynn and Gay to do the ruck work in the centre again. The umpire bouncing the ball this time. Flynn goes up early, but Gay gets the tap down, but it goes in favour of Bronick Davies. Bronick Davies will sweep around, doesn't get the handball on target. They're now inside 50 for Heidelberg. Healy goes to the forward, to the square. Nolan's just under it, but the kick's a bit too heavy, and it goes out of bounds on the full, and Northcote Park will have it in the back pocket.
Scores here, Heidelberg 2 behind, Northcote Park 3 goals, 3-21. The goals coming 2 from Coleman and 1 then from Wunton. Only just snuck it in, mind you, but took an absolute hanger on the edge of the goal square as they can look to cut inside now.
Morris over the top, finds Carter. Now in the back pocket, they're just moving slowly out of defence here, Northcote. 2 of the great players this year for Northcote Park, Carter and Morris. Carter goes in short, finds his teammate McNeese, another one who's had a fantastic year. And he can switch over the back to Lorenzini, or he's just going to go long up the middle of the ground. On this occasion, he does go up the middle of the ground. It's a beautiful kick, almost hit his teammate there on the chest in Kelly. But now over the top, Blair Harvey work his way through the middle. Now, that's nice work there, getting a handball out Shields. He did well, got it to Gay. And now moving out of defence here. Good work by Sinclair. Left foot, long kick up to half forward. Mark nearly taken there for Heidelberg over the back. Rajab waxing hard there for Northcote. And now handball out, chance to go inside forward 50 for Heidelberg. Almost a mark taken over the top. Good spoil by Hogan. Now going into forward 50 to boot. Long kick to the full forward line. Possibly a push in the back, it was. And they're going to run on with the advantage and get their first goal at Heidelberg. Great play there over the top, and the free kick just silly, giving that one away.
Well, I guess it was a case of do or die there for Considine. It was 2-on-1. Healy had managed to get himself into space, probably on the overlap there with that turnover coming from that back half. Just persistence there by Heidelberg. They're under the pump. They finally able to get that thumping kick inside. It got to the 2-on-1, and Considine infringing upon Dale Nolan there, but it wouldn't have really mattered anyway. He had to just try and get the ball out of bounds. Wasn't able to do that. Reece Healy kicks the goals. The umpire calls for a free kick from the middle, and it's going to go to Gay, who got it off now to Nolan. Nolan goes now looking for his brother. It's a great kick to the lead.
What about that?
Beautiful hit there by Danny Nolan, and Dale Nolan on the long lead from the goal square marks it 40 metres out from goal in front of Considine. He's been good early on, giving them a target. He took a big mark early on where he wasn't able to convert from it, and this time here, well, a bit further out, similar angle as such, but I'm sure he learnt the lesson from last time, keeping in mind that flagpole is absolutely still today, no real wind to speak of whatsoever, and Nolan looking to kick through this one, and could trim the margin back now to 7 points after Northcote Park kicked the opening 3 goals of the encounter. So Dale Nolan coming in a perfect position for us here in the commentary box, just approaching 50 now, kick off the boot, looks pretty good, holding its line, holding, goal to Dale Nolan. Heidelberg back in the contest with 2 in a minute, and courtesy of Reece Healy and now Dale Nolan. The Tigers 2 goals, 2-14. Northcote Park 3-3-21. How's that for a response, Tommy Flanagan?
Now they're straight back into it, the Heidelberg boys. They don't allow any team to establish an advantage for too long, and now this game is well and truly alive once again.
And Heidelberg did to Northcote Park what Northcote Park have done to them in the first half of this quarter, which is clear it straight out of the middle and hit the target on the lead inside forward 50. Ball now back in the centre now. Flynn and Gay to do the ruck work. Flynn just gets a little flick on it, but it doesn't really go to anyone. Locked in now. Nolan's in there. Ball's hit the deck. A little clearance comes out in Heidelberg's favour, but Carter takes it, plays on straight away. Is he caught? He is.
That's why Powick's so important, is that he can lay that defensive pressure in that forward 50. There we saw it in the centre square. Long kick now comes from Danny Nolan. Violato full across the pack, took a good mark again. Play on at all costs. Handball off to Scanlon. Went back now a few metres to McNeese. Measured kick. Just finds Mills, who was fortunate. He was able to take it on the chest there. The pressure coming from behind. That was from Brunelli. As Mills now goes back inside his defensive 50 to McNeese. They've got the switch on if you can find the man on the far side. Looking for Hogan. Put into space. Running onto... Well, Hogan got a bit of fortune there. The ball ricocheted into his path and he's running now to the wing. Long kick inside 50. Michael Gay's getting back. Flynn goes to Spall. Did really well, Flynn. Kept the footy in his hand. They've got numbers on the outside. If they can find McEwen, it gets to him eventually. He can go back to Davies, couldn't control it and ended up doing his teammate no justice. Flicked it over his head into the path of Powick, who now goes inside 50 Heidelberg's way. Violato again, third man up. Got it down. Scanlon so clean. Over the top to Hogan. Great work there by Violato. And now Hogan took a bounce, ran outside of defensive 50s. A lovely kick. That one, no exception, coming out on the lead there. Nabi Kelly, almost nonchalant in his approach in that final few steps there. Now the long lead coming from Coleman. Big fist came from behind. And the ball now spoiled out of bounds inside Northcote Park's attacking half. How easy the both sides make that transition from defensive 50 into attacking 50. It's been a pleasure to watch in the opening stages of this game.
Oh, fantastic ball use off half back, both these sides. That one down there by Gay to the bottom of the pack, wrapped up straight away with Powick. Nolan, and there'll be yet another bounce at half forward for Northcote Park. Important stages midway through this first quarter here in the grand final of Division 1 NFL footy for 2012. That one is belted away by Michael Gay. Just tried to find a teammate out at the back of the pack. Came to Delidio. He got a little handball out. No one in particular picked that one up. Davies just spun a little scissor kick out of the pack. Tried to get it forward. There was a mark, but it wasn't paid. No 15. Handball off to Pappas from Kelly. That one's going to bounce over a couple of heads. It trickles towards the goal, but just rolls through for one behind. Faded to the left on the bounce.
Thought that might somehow manage to bounce back through for a goal. Wasn't to be. Minus score, and the ball now approached back up to the defensive 50 there. And long kick outside now came from Brunelli. 3-4-22 plays 2-2-14. Big fly from the back. Great mark taken by Michael Fing.
He's a star.
On the wing, Finn gives off in the hands now. Logie goes on the left boot. Little measured kick's going to find Alan Young on that half forward flank now. 14 plays 22. We've played just over 20 minutes in the first term. Northcote Park leading by the 8 points. Now the long kick to Nolan. Constantine's done really well, worked him under the ball, and such confidence he's playing with now. Actually took the mark on the last line of defence. Now what will he do? Players looking for the switch. I don't know if he's got the confidence just quite yet to go for that option. He's just going to go down the line. A short kick, and it finds Danny Rajab, who's really leading high up the ground. Rajab. Now he finds Ben McNeese. McNeese, they're doing a great job so far in the final series. With the big switch on to Jake Mills. He does that now, so they're bringing the ball to the grandstand side. Mills dropped the ball, play on called, got around Drapak. Now he's in trouble. He's undecided of what he'll do. Eventually he just goes over the top and finds the teammate there in Lorenzini. A free kick's been paid, and Mills has gone down holding his ankle there. Lorenzini now kicks it long into the path of McLennan. He can turn inside quickly. We know he wants his left boot. He got around one tackler, now two. Can handball to Violato. Chip over the top's a better one. It missed McEwen, but they're going to have the teammates on the outside through Letter. It might work in their favour. McEwen strolls inside 50. Kick at goal. Looks pretty good. It was an awkward running style, but the kick was sensational. And Northcote Park get back out to that 14-point lead. The Cougars 4-4-28. Heidelberg 2-2-14. A bit of fortune there because McLennan was looking for him. The fact that he missed him meant he was able to turn Gay inside out, run inside, and he could have used Letter, backed his own judgment, and rightly so.
And an important goal late in the day last week for Ollie McEwen, only his third of the year, and this one being his fourth of the year. Not a bad time to get your third and fourth goal in the prelim and grand final.
So Oliver McEwen just showing a bit of versatility and matching the versatility of Michael Finn almost. Michael Finn's a very good ruckman, but McEwen doing his bit in the forward line. Back in the centre now, McEwen doing the ruck work against Michael Gay. Gay just crashes into McEwen, and he's won the free kick, McEwen. So he'll have the free kick in the centre of the ground. Just waiting for his players to make a move forward. Not much actually going on for Northcote Park, just waiting for a lead here, McEwen.
If McEwen and Flynn can break even, it's a big win for Northcote.
He eventually goes up to left half forward, can't take the mark there. Letter and a teammate came in for friendly fire. O'Connell. Heidelberg now have it at right half back. They go up the wing. And mark taken there, good mark taken there by Finn. He goes on to Naboot. Naboot just keeps this in the boundary line. He's hard up against the boundary line. McNeese, very good with the pressure. And that's gone over the boundary line for a throw-in. Very good work from McNeese to put the pressure on the boot.
We'll get you to keep an eye on those two players. It's the second time O'Connell and Leder have clashed heads in this contest, so we'll get you to keep an eye on them, Jordan, just see how they recover. Leder looks to be okay. It looks to be O'Connell who seems to be struggling a fraction more as the Vuvuzelas are going around Preston City Oval, it sounds like. World Cup 2010 style. This ball won out there by Cullinan. Kick was smothered. He went on again, though. Good second effort. Got it to Healy. Snap on the left boot. A fair effort. Just missing to the near side. Reece Healy on the non-preferred. Minor score, Heidelberg, 2 goals, 3-15. Northcote Park, 4-4-28. We've played in this second term just on 23 minutes.
Scanlon now to bring it in from fullback here for the Cougars. He's got a man running out wide, Mitch Noldrit. If he wants to head in that direction in front of our commentary position, he decides to go shorter than that, finds Lorenzini in the back pocket. And he can now use Noldrit, but he decides to go longer than that in the direction of McEwen. Big contest there. 3 Heidelberg players come over the top and they'll be out of bounds.
Leder's gone to the bench. He's actually standing up, so he's just trying to shake off a bit of the dizziness. But O'Connell, I think he's gone off on the bench as well. Haven't exactly seen him there.
Gotta love the work rate of Michael Finn there. Just always getting to that right spot. Just runs all day. Heart of a, really of a tiger, doesn't he have it? As Blair Harvey's on now, and he's wrapped up in a bit of a tussle there with Noldrit and running to the bench now. Blair Harvey, of course, the miraculous comeback. What an effort. The most respected player in the competition. There's not a person in here who was disappointed when they heard his name or saw his name on the team sheet. A great effort to get himself up as Morris won that ball, looking for was Nabi Cully up the line, couldn't quite find him, kept in there, well now taken out. That was by Brunelli looking for his left boot, but a great effort by Harvey, and just again shows his professionalism to do all the recovery and get himself up from a leg injury to feature in this grand final, what is his 10th grand final appearance as the umpire now to throw the ball in. 50 metres out from Northcote Park's goal. McEwen flew, a lovely tap out to Mills, had to wait under it, tapped it, a bit of volleyball going on. McNeese went around the corner. In fact, it was Deledio. One-handed mark, nearly taken by Kelly. Was touched off the boot, but he was able to get on that right boot, snap on goals, working its way back, top of the goal square, ball fisted through for a minor score. And Northcote Park leading again by 14 points. The Cougars, 4-5-29. Heidelberg, 2-3-15.
Haven't seen much of Nick Carter yet, and that's because Justin Powick is playing a defensive forwards role on him, and it's very difficult to get away from Justin Powick. He's a great tackler.
And Shields doing the job at the moment on Hogan as well.
Now long ball out from fullback. Fiorlato punching over the top. Heidelberg nearly get out of that, but the ball picked up by Noldrit, and he goes with a high up and under kick. A lot of players converging on this contest. Wunton almost took the mark. McLennan at the bottom of the pack. Gives it back to Noldrit, who started the play. He goes on the right foot into the goal square. Almost a chance there to pick it up for Pappas, but just bounces out of bounds in front of him and his direct opponent.
That was a big pack that formed, and McEwen was actually the only player who got hands on it. He just didn't hold it for long enough, but he certainly had a clean take on it, just couldn't bring it to ground level as the ball now thrown up. McEwen, who's been exceptional early on, got it to the top of the goal square, working their way through traffic. Now the Tigers doing really well, kicking long. Powick to stand underneath his footy. Carter kept it to the front of the pack, and the boot tried to crash through. Now he's the one laying the tackle on Leder, who looks to be okay, and the ball wrapped up half forward in front of the grandstand. Cougars leading 29-15, 26 minutes played, as Drapak looking to find the ball on the outside there, couldn't quite take control, and it's out of bounds right in front of the Northcote Park coach's box rather, as the ball to be thrown in. Doing the ruck work, McEwen up against Finn. Ball one to the front. Scanlon tried to crash through, was tackled. A great little tackle laid inside there now. Ball pushing Heidelberg's way. McNeese has done really well. Can he trap it again? Powick did really well to get the body involved there and knock him off the footy, and the ball wrapped up. Gotta love the way Powick goes about it as well. First year of senior footy. We've seen him kick 5 goals in a game against McLeod. What a start to a debut season. He's been sensational, and speaking of him, he's going to come to the ground now with the blood rule.
That was actually very good work from Powick, because he came running very hard at Ben McNeese, and Ben McNeese just hesitated. So
he just worried him off it, didn't he, more than anything.
Good work from Powick.
And it's what he probably does. He brings that pressure. The players see him and they worry, because they know he's got that pace as well. We saw him run down Carter as well, who's a player that very rarely gets caught with the footy, as the ball now advancing 20 metres up the line, and still now at half forward for Heidelberg, trailing at the moment 15-29.
So I think Finn and McEwen to do the ruck work here. I thought Nolan was in the ruck, but Finn is there. Ball tapped down and comes straight to Leder. Spills out to Mills, but he's wrapped up in a 3-man tackle, and will be another ball up. What
Northcote Park's probably able to do better than those sides is really run the ball out of the clearance. So I know Gay players kick behind, but if they can run the 10 metres and kick long, they're actually breaking him or essentially rendering his position useless for the time being. We've seen him work a kick behind the play now as Naboot is dispossessed from a Carter tackle. Finn tries to crash through. He's done really well, the Irishman. Kick inside, forward 50. Which way will it go? Lorenzini attacking the footy, just working it up 10 metres. It did well. Rajab went one-handed, didn't quite work out. Ganino still attacking the ball, but so too Lorenzini. Little sock off the ground. Will it sit? It does now. Got around now. Handball outside to McNeese. Now handball on further afield in the hands of the man there. It looked like it was Rajab again. Goes long up the line. Ball at the wing as the siren sounds on what was a very entertaining first quarter of football here in the Division 1 Grand Final. And at quarter time, it's Northcote Park leading by 14 points. The Cougars, 4 goals, 5-29. Heidelberg, 2-3-15. In the first term, the goal kickers, Colton Coleman with the opening 2 goals of the game for Northcote Park, and singles each to Joey Winton and Ollie McEwen. For Heidelberg, Reece Yearley has one, Dale Nolan has the other. And as I said, at quarter time, it's Northcote Park, 4 goals, 5-29. Heidelberg, 2 goals, 3-15. On your local station, 88.6, Plenty Valley FM.
Young, Naboot and Harvey all in that forward line, applying forward pressure, running and tackling. That's going to be very difficult for Northcote to contend.
It is a really warm day as well, so it'll be interesting to see how both sides run it out, but Northcote Park certainly had the better of the first term, and they're leading this contest at quarter time. The Cougars, 4-5-29. Heidelberg, 2-3-15. Coleman has 2 for Northcote Park. Winton and McEwen 1 each, and for Heidelberg, singles to each of Reece Yearley and Dale Nolan, as we just wait for the final few spectators to make their way from the field. And we're just about ready to go in the second term with Northcote Park leading by 14 points as umpire Cam McPherson holds the ball aloft, and we are ready to go here in the second term. So the ball now bounce down. It's a really good bounce as well. McEwen gets there first, gets a tap down, but it's sharked by DeBorlo. Quick snap around the body. Harvey flies, took a big hit, couldn't bring it to ground level. Hogan won it down now. Now Scanlon out wider, back to Davies, the competition best and fairest winner. Measured kick. Well, the 2 Northcote Park teammates almost raffled that one there. Allows Danny Nolan to get inside, and they're away through the middle of the ground. Long kick looking for Powick in space. Takes the mark overhead and turns now quickly onto his right boot. Justin Powick goes inside 50. Kick looks pretty good, and Dale Nolan takes the mark on his chest 45 metres out from goal.
Thought he almost dropped that at the last moment. That was a good hit from Powick.
Yeah, and it's a good hit before to hit Powick. Great lead.
It's all around good ball movement from Heidelberg.
Yeah, Cullinan involved, Danny Nolan involved as well, so they're better players getting in it, and Dale Nolan on the receiving end. He'll kick it probably, we'll have to keep the best part of 50 metres to make the distance. A similar kick in the first term went straight through the middle, and he is arguably one of the most reliable set shots, not only in the Heidelberg team, but in the whole NFL Division 1 competition.
And interrupted here with injury for Dale Nolan. He's got 48 goals for the year. This would be his second of the day, and he comes now from about 50 metres out. He'll be kicking it. He puts some air into it. It looks straight. It's going long. It's just faded late, and that's one behind to the left.
Just that extra metre, wasn't it, in the end, that probably got him there. Minor score for Dale Nolan. He's hit 1 goal, 2 now for the afternoon as Scanlon kicks out to Violata, who's good in the first quarter, getting up and giving his fellow defenders that extra helping hand. That kicks a shocker though across the face of the goal. Logie intercepts it now. Handball up. The ball though, snap on goal is good. A shocking turnover there by Violata, who went to switch the ball, didn't quite make it to a teammate, and Fabian DeBorlo says thank you very much as Logie gave it to him, and Heidelberg get the important first goal of the second term. Heidelberg 3-4-22, Northcote Park 4-5-29.
Violata had another one of those moments in the first quarter just down there, very early, probably 3 minutes into the first quarter. It was a poor kick, didn't result in a goal, but he's going to have to sort that out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I'm not sure if those short kick-outs are working, and I don't like teams usually going short, especially down the centre. I'd rather them go out wide to the pockets. Ball up in the centre, but plenty of players wrapped up in this one, and there'll be a secondary ball up in the centre of the ground. Gay to do the ruck work again. I think Flynn is in there. No, Winton is still in there for Northcote Park. Gay wins this one down, but again wrapped up. And we'll have a third ball up in the centre of the ground. Plenty of players around this one.
Good start to the second quarter here for Heidelberg. A goal and also behind to Nolan off the big lead, but they're certainly looking better so far this term as there's a little pass on there from Morris found to Leadia, but he's wrapped up straight away. Now Heidelberg extracting again, long kick up the line. Who's going to get there first? Harvey leading Hogan to the ball. Harvey just outbodied in the end, and the ball out of bounds in front of the Kramer Street Hotel. The scoreboard reading Heidelberg 22, Northcote Park 29.
Extremely difficult man to get around, Michael Gay, when you're coming up against him in the ruck. He's a bit like a Damien Monkhorst or a Shane Mumford type ruckman. He's very difficult to get in front of. He wins that one down again, and a chance here. Nolan picks it up off the ground, tried to kick it off the deck, but now a high ball here from Northcote Park, goes in the middle of the ground. Dangerous spot for the ball to be if you don't have clean possession. Leder gets it nicely and gives it a little handball off. Now moving well, Bronick Davies through the middle of the ground. He tries to get around one, just backtracks for a second and then goes with a right foot kick. None of his teammates were leading to him, but almost getting to the front. McLennan did beautifully. Split open the pack. There were 4 defenders, but then he missed. Oh, that was a poor kick. Needed to put that one through. He's 20 metres out directly in front with no one between him and the goals, and he could have kept running.
Almost reactive there for a while, that Northcote Park forward line, wanting Davies to push up at them, but McLennan just opened it up, didn't he, with that pace, and really should have gone on and kicked the goal. A let off there as Nolan now just danced around a tackler, kicked up to the wing. Well, it's a shank off the side of the boot. He was just trying to adjust his kick at the last minute. It got where he needed to in the end as well, so it got to Cosgrove, he got it back to Nolan. Again, feigned one way, got around the man there in Winton. Now the long kick, Lorenzini's going to be favoured though, and Lorenzini takes the defensive mark at half back. Beautiful one-handed mark there by Lorenzini. He's been doing that all year. And now he's got on the left back flank, trying to reload again for Northcote Park. They lead by 8 points, 4-6-30 to 3-4-22. Long kick by Lorenzini, spoiled over the back there by Gay. Sinclair running onto it now here for Heidelberg. Tries to crash through Kelly, gave a handball to Brunelli. Brunelli chipped it over the top and trying to find his teammate in Drapac on the back flank. And now he's running in front of the commentary wing. Here's Drapac, he's taken 2 bounces now, goes on the left foot. He may have overcooked the kick slightly. Just almost marked there by Ben McNeese, but it went off his hands and rolled out of bounds. Nice switch there from Heidelberg, bringing it to the grandstand side. We've seen a lot of that play on that far wing, but they cut away and they had numbers running on the outside, and Drapac was on the receiving end there as the ball now to be thrown in. It's inside the forward 50 for Heidelberg. Ball flicked to the back of the pack. Plenty of numbers around the footy. Which way is it going to go? Flick out came looking for Davies. Ended up in the path of Cullinan. Shot on goal off one step's gone across the face for a minor score. And Heidelberg closed within 7 points. The Tigers 3 goals 5-23. Northcote Park 4 goals 6-30 so far this quarter. Just the 1 goal that going Heidelberg's way to Fabian De Bola.
Be interesting to see what Scanlon does with this one. He goes out wide to the left back pocket for Northcote Park. They go out on that far side again. This is O'Connell. He can't take them. Oh, he just does. At the very last second, it might be Delidio. In fact, he goes in the centre of the ground. His kick was 1 bounce short of his teammate, but they go inside 50 now, Northcote Park, and I can't take the mark there. At the end was Pappas sweeping onto this one. I think he's Hogan, but he can't get onto that. And it should be a ball up in the centre half forward position for Northcote Park. Just his vertical leap there was sensational, wasn't it? Off one step there as the umpire throws it up. Third man up coming up was Drapac, slapped it on 30 metres. Now a foot race. McLennan up against the ageing legs of Sinclair. McLennan wins it out to Scanlon. Measured kick to the lead of Davies, a good one. And Davies now marks 70 from his own goal. Going to chip into the pocket. 2 men running there, McLennan being one of them. A strong overhead mark by Brock McLennan in front of Drapac. He's still 50 out. Wouldn't fancy his chances from here. It's a good centering ball though, and finds Julian Violato. Violato marks at 45 metres out from goal. They worked it really well. McLennan there was very clean to work the ball back, and then also Scanlon's kick and measured one up the line. Just worked their way out. Heidelberg had the big men floating back and bombing away. Certainly would have ended up in the hands of the yellow and black. He's only kicked the ball twice today, Violato, and this is his 3rd kick. Goes very long towards the goal square. Unbelievable mark in the goal square. Would you believe that? Sensational grab over the back. Mitch Pappas again. He's taken a couple of hangers this year. None better than that. And you said that we have already awarded the mark of the year, but that could very well have gone very close. We know Kane Pettifer's taken home that award, but Mitch Pappas, what an unbelievable grab in the goal square. I think the reaction of every single man in the terrace here, including us commentators, just to yell at the because he came from nowhere. We didn't see him midway through the pack, and he's just chipped the kick over the top for a goal, but he came from nowhere. We didn't see him, and all of a sudden he'd risen above the pack. That's 2 hangers that the Cougars have taken in their attacking goal square for 2 goals this afternoon, and I guess now they're making the most of the chances. McLennan missed one, but they've got one back there from Mitch Pappas. He kicks his first, and the Cougars leading 5-6-36. Heidelberg 3 goals 5-23. His 45th goal of the year, Mitch Pappas, his first of the day, and
no better way to take a screamer than on big grand final day. So back in the middle now, it's going to be Flynn going up against big Michael Gay once again. Bounce favours Gay, just smashes it up in the air, tries to get it to a teammate there breaking through in Shields, gave a handball off, and now Nolan, that's Danny Nolan going inside forward 50, only finds Violato standing in the hole by himself. He can move it out to Carter out on the near side of the ground, or go to the big ruckman Flynn, who's pretty much standing on his own in the middle. He does head out in the direction of Carter. Also out there, O'Connell may have infringed. There'll be a free kick to Heidelberg at half forward.
Experience there by Sinclair. Just stand under the footy, know that he had the best position there, and don't give up that best spot as Sinclair now kicks inside 50, looking for the lead of Finn, getting back courageously. And it's actually going to be called play on. Both players had their hands on the footy, said the umpire, but it's going to be turned over for Heidelberg. Scanlon won it, but his handball is going to be turned over as well. De Borlo threw it round the body. Okay. Only his father was Violato. Violato off to Lorenzini, who can run. He's a raking left foot kick. Opts the handball this time. Hogan in those flashy yellow boots, right in the heart of Preston City Oval. Kick to Pappas. Will he fly this time? Didn't go up. He's going to get one high. And will advantage be played? I wouldn't have thought so, as the umpire calls it back. Kennedy just really tried to block that jump that we saw last time that Pappas had. He can really spring off just one step, and in trying to block that out, Kennedy's infringed with a high one, and Pappas can go back now and make it 2 goals in 2 minutes.
And he's one of these players that if he gets dangerous, he can get on a hot streak, Mitch Pappas. He's very quick around the concept, very elusive, and takes some great marks, as we just saw a minute ago. Can he put this one through from about 45 metres out directly in front? Puts a bit of air into it. It's long. It's fading, and it's gone to the right. Mitch Pappas one behind.
And a minor score there, as Tom said, 5-7-37, plays 3 goals, 5-23. It's what these forwards do, though, because they can move so quickly. I'm always so conscious of them as well, and you can't really get into a wrestle as such with them because they don't play that kind of brand. They're always attacking the footy hard, and it is a worry as a defender all the time. So different, these two forward structures in terms of their height and movement, as that ball is a long kick down the line, and Michael Gay takes a great mark at centre half back in front of Flynn there, and Gay. He's got men on the outside looking for Ganino, makes him wait under it, but Ganino was good under that one, and it was a mark or free kick paid, so Brunelli can take the advantage. Kicks it to centre half forward. Healy flies now. Getting in front though was Finn. Got the purchase on it, played on. It's going to be wrapped up. Just got the kick out. Kicks it to Nolan. Tried to flick it on. Getting across though. McNeese reading that one. He's got Mills up the line. Had to use a non-preferred. Just got it there. Mills trapped it really well. Acute handball onto Flynn, who tapped it up now to Deledio. Deledio on the wing in front of the grandstand. Long kick. Getting their first Cosgrove. Can take the overhead mark. Made a meal of it. Allows Winton to tackle. So to O'Connell. Ball comes out. We'll have a ball up right in front of us here in the commentary box. 70 metres out from Northcote Park's goal. Ruckman, well, there's no one there for Northcote Park, so Gay's able to just fist it forward 20 metres. Deledio waits under it, did well. Handball to Morris, they've worked it beautifully. Now Carter, backed his run, can run to 50, runs inside. He's 30 metres out now. Nick Carter, shot on goal.
Oh, what a goal.
Is good.
What a beauty.
Great running goal, and not just by Carter to back himself, but how good was the quick hands to get on the outside. First from Morris, and then they've done it well. 3 handball. Carter just backed his judgment, arched the back, and I thought he was off balance. He was able to just steer it through though.
And it's a difficult thing to do, to change your angle while you're running flat out, and he did that very nicely to get around his opponent there, and a beautiful finish from 35 metres out. Nick Carter, he stood up in this final series. Now the scores: Heidelberg 3-5-23, Northcote Park 6-7-43, 20-point lead in the grand final.
Flynn and Gay to do the ruck work in the battle. In the ruck battle, the umpire throws the ball up, comes out. It's in favour of Northcote Park. O'Connell was there, just spills around, and Dorboro will clean up here for Heidelberg. He goes short and finds a teammate in Shields. Shields goes up to the right half forward flank and finds a teammate out there in the boot, I think that
Shields.
is. Yeah, and he goes inside 50 now to a target. Can't take the mark in the forward 50 there, Nolan. And he'll come out the back here for McNeese, but he's wrapped up in the tackle. Coming over the top now. This is a handball for Leder, but it goes straight to Heidelberg. Sinclair's in there. Naboot in there as well. He cleans up. Hard up against the boundary line now, goes to the forward square, just being rushed through from behind.
It's almost a game of a highlight reels, isn't it, so far? We've seen a couple of hangers, some great goals, and done some big hits as well. And really, everything you really want in a game of footy is Heidelberg now pushed to 3 goals, 6-24, Northcote Park 6-7-43, Lorenzini to kick out. Goes long down the middle of the ground. Carter has to sit under it. He takes a strong overhead mark. Now they've got Hogan splitting if he can turn that way. He's seen him now. He's probably not going to be able to work it to him. Handball to Scanlon. Made him wait for the footy. Scanlon back to Carter. Luckily he has Davies to give him the chop out. Davies now runs around Finn and takes another bounce. Can keep going. It's just opened up for him now. Davies chip top of the square, getting back Coleman, but over his head and taking the mark there was Kennedy. I'll tell you what, Hogan was on there if Davies had gone sideways, but now getting across and chopping it off is Rajab. Rajab can chip the ball inside over the head, but getting back as the second man to, almost second fiddle there was Coleman. The initial lead came from Pappas, overcooked the kick, but in the right spot at the right time. Coleman can go back and kick a third goal and make what would be now, if he can put this one through, a lead of 25 points.
Yeah, very poor exit kick coming out of defence there from Kennedy. Good mark there from Pappas, and then precision delivery to Coleman, who was leading out with the hands out beautifully, and he comes in from 30 metres out, puts some air into the kick, and he's put it straight through the middle. Coleman got his third of the day. He's proving to be extremely dangerous on the big day here in the Division 1 Grand Final, and Northcote Park extend their lead even further. It's now up to 25 points.
3 in a row here for the Cougars. Jordan, you have the stats from this quarter.
From this quarter, inside 50 is Northcote Park have gone inside 6 times, surprisingly less than Heidelberg, who have gone inside 8. And marked inside 50, though, Northcote Park have had 4 big marks inside the forward 50 to Heidelberg, just 1. Sam, is this the point in the game? I know it's fairly early, but is this the point in the game where one team just gets on top of the other and starts to run away with this?
Well, it's been an important 3 goals because Heidelberg really started the quarter better, but a warm day as well. You don't want to be playing catch-up footy, and Heidelberg certainly need a couple of goals before half-time as the ball now in the hands of Nolan. What better man to have it in the hands of? He's wrapped up and he's going to be pinned. Great tackle came from behind by Chewy Scanlon. And Northcote Park now can go forward once again. Scanlon, measured kick. Pushing forward McEwen. Good spoil there by Kennedy. Fell to Houlihan. Now they're away. Logie through the middle. Took a bounce. Being chased down by O'Connell. Got the kick out long. Looking for Nolan on the long lead. And Dale Nolan, in fact, takes the mark. And he's the man, isn't he, for Heidelberg? Yep. He's the only one at the moment. He's looking dangerous inside that forward 50. We haven't seen much of Young or Tiller. Finn, when he goes forward, hasn't seen him once get a free kick. But it's been Nolan, the man they're looking for. And he's marked the ball more often than not when he's been in the one-on-one contest.
Haven't seen any of Tiller at all.
Well, unless it's been in Nolan's hands, they just haven't looked threatening in the forward half, pretty much. Now, Nolan, he's going to have to kick this 50 metres, but we know he can. You know, he's had a fantastic year and a fantastic career here for the Tigers, but this is a massive kick, a very important kick to bring the margin closer just on the eve of half-time. He puts some air into it, swinging back. It's not going to swing back enough, though. Almost a mark taken there on the goal line. Chance for Finn. He tries to paddle it out, but can't find his teammate, and it just rolls out of bounds in the right forward pocket.
It's been twice now. He's just been just outside his range, hasn't he, Nolan? 2 good kicks earlier in the quarter, and that one there, and they're just falling short. Tigers certainly need the next one. We've played 15 minutes now in this second quarter. It's 24 playing 49. Northcote Park leading this contest. They've kicked the past 3 goals. Ball slapped to Powick. Quick snap on goal. Missing to the near side. So a minor score there for Justin Powick. And the margin back now to an even 4 goals. Heidelberg 3-7-25. Northcote Park 7-7-49. The only multiple goal kicker on the ground so far is Coden Coleman. He has 3. Wunton, Carter, Pappas and McEwen. The other goal kickers for Northcote Park. For Heidelberg, singles each to Healy, Dale Nolan and Fabian DeBorlo as Paul Scanlon to kick out from fullback, as is always the case. Scanlon now might be a forced kick to himself. Now he is. Now he makes the extra 5 metres and just roosts it down the middle. A lot now to be expected of Flynn to fly, but getting in front and taking the mark was Michael Gay. Gay now 60 metres out. Stagnant forward line. What's he got on offer? Feints to go. Umpire gives him the hurry long now. Well, he tried to take him on. Michael Gay, this could be extraordinary. Showed some candy. Kick. Well, it's not going to go through. Who's waiting under this footy? Flying, getting back there and going back for the mark was Morris. Didn't take. Got the free kick. Now the chip up looking for Noldred. Had his arms chopped and a free kick to Michael Noldred against the boot. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a ruckman show some candy and run around the man on the mark. As the ball now in the hands of Scanlon, who ran around the back and got the handball. Chips inside to Davies. Davies now plays on. Cuts back around, takes a bounce. He's run outside 50. He's run into some trouble now. He's taken a bounce. Has to hold the ball because he's bounced the ball as being tackled there. And the great chase down by Alan Young. And some good forward pressure here from the Tigers attacking half. And Young waiting for his teammates to now push back inside forward 50.
They must get a goal before half-time here. Young goes into the pocket. Not a bad kick, but it's going to go over the head of his teammate who was looking for there in Ganino. That's going to be paddled out nicely by Ben McNeese. It'll be in the left forward pocket.
You really are lacking that extra forward target. Haven't been able to get really quick movement in too often. When they have, they've always been able to spot up Nolan. It's been the impressive thing. He's been found on long raking leads a couple of times, but it's just been a case of too few times at the moment as Davies won the handball out, got it to Violato, who's wearing the long sleeve still despite the warm weather, with a raking handball out to Rajab, who has space to run on that far wing. He's taken 2 bounces now, gets the half back, cuts inside now, beautiful work, took another bounce, can still go. Who's presenting for him now? Pappas is on the long lead, a strong mark overhead, and now they've got players streaming inside. One is Cully, opts to go long to the goal square. Flynn flies, man staying down. Coleman can kick a 4th goal, runs onto his right boot. Coleman should kick this.
He does.
Coden Coleman is causing massive headaches here for Heidelberg, and Northcote Park leading now by 30 points. The Cougars 8 goals 7-55, Heidelberg 3-7-25, 30-point lead. Coleman has 4, and great work by Rajab. Every time they've just taken the game on and just run out, bounce. We saw Carter kick a goal on the run. We've seen it a couple of times. We saw McLennan earlier run in, really should kick the goal, and if he had to kick this one, well, this game could perhaps be over. Still a long time to go, but Heidelberg in a perilous position at the moment.
They just haven't got anyone to match up on Coleman. Is it worth maybe putting a midfielder on him?
Not too sure. Perhaps, do you go back to Kennedy? You don't really know. They've really got to, for mine, stop that flow of ball coming through, because it's coming in too easily at the moment. It's going to come through again. Ball now on the outside. Mills, handball wasn't clean to O'Connell. Tried to break through. Should be penalised. He is a great tackle there again by Will Drapak. And again, though, they're just winning the ball out of the middle of the ground, and they're just giving their forward line so many opportunities, and sheer weight of numbers will tell you that they're going to score when they get that many chances. Nick Carter takes a great mark, floating across the front of the pack, and he's marked on the wing, gives off to Scanlon.
Scanlon now goes on the right foot, switches through the middle of the ground. He's got a teammate over there on the other side. It's Anthony Hogan. He's had a fantastic final series. That kick is not great. Almost found his teammate Violato, but was intercepted by Healy. Violato did well, though, to recover it. Now he goes on the right foot inside forward 50. That's a better kick. Almost hit his teammate there, and Flynn on the lead. Now coming out of defence, here's Kennedy, the skipper. He gives a handball out wide. Tried to find Brunelli. He goes around with a left foot kick. The snap was no good. Found Jake Mills. He's 60 metres out, and now he goes with the right foot kick. Deep into the goals to the forward 50, trying to take the mark there was Pappas. Good punch over the top by Michael Gay. Rajab still a chance at ground level, paddling it out towards Woonton, but nice work by the Heidelberg defenders to get it out of bounds.
Their forward line pressure's been sensational, and really Heidelberg, the ball's locked in their defensive half, isn't it? They couldn't clear the wing before Carter took the mark. At that time they're chipping out of defence. It was Mills. Just playing with such cohesion so far, Northcote Park, and looking the goods, leading by 5 goals. Ball flicked to the back of the pack. McLennan can run onto it. Probably got one in the back there. Paid, advantage played. Deledio, handball off. Kelly, no, ball taken back as Kelly feigned to kick it. And Brock McLennan to get the free kick. 50 metres, well, the man standing 50, so he won't have to carry it. He has to kick at 55. And he quickly gives up the handball to McNeese, streaming inside on the left boot and getting across. So Flynn was on for the lead, but Danny Nolan just picked it off beautifully. Nolan now plays on. It's what they need. Just take the game on. Kicks up the line, finds Ganino. Now again, here's where it's stagnant. You can see it's only Dale Nolan, the only man really pushing hard from the forward line. Sinclair, he's been quiet. Chips inside to Danny Nolan, who's been their best so far. He can go back to Sinclair here. Opts to go wide, and in the hands of the inspirational skipper Blair Harvey at half-back. What can he do to inspire his side here? Goes long. He's got a man at the back. Can he fly? He can. Good mark taken overhead. That's Alan Young. Still though, ball only at the wing. Young, they need a mark here across half forward. The ball's going to pitch before it hits anyone. In the direction, Violato slaps it forward. Did it well. Lorenzini, well, in fact, McEwen was probably happy to get that ball out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw in with Northcote Park leading this contest 55-25, 21 minutes into the second quarter.
It was a great mark by Alan Young on the wing. They need him to get more involved inside the forward 50. He's got a lot of his possessions up on the wing, needs to get them deeper in the forward line. Trying to get out of that pack was Mitch Noldrick, wrapped up by a couple of players there. One of them is Dale Nolan. There'll be a bounce at half forward. Once again, he rucks to go at it again. Finn goes up, wins that one down almost to Sinclair. Still working through. Houlihan did nicely at half forward. Got around 2, went long towards goal. That is a magnificent goal from Josh Houlihan. Just what Heidelberg needed to get back into this game. Sensational stuff there on the right foot from 50 metres out after getting around 2 defenders. Brilliant stuff.
How was his work in traffic there? Absolutely beautiful work there by Houlihan. Perhaps that's what it just needs, a touch of magic for Heidelberg to get back in the contest. A much needed one. Ends a run of 4 straight goals for Northcote Park, and Houlihan kicks his first and Heidelberg's fourth. The Tigers 4-7-31. Northcote Park 8-7-55.
Well, even at this point in the game, that was a much needed goal for Heidelberg, because they they're just looking down and out at the moment against Northcote Park. Northcote Park have had all the run in the midfield, and here we go again. Brock McLennan could get on the end of this one. He doesn't, and Heidelberg will now go forward with a long kick inside 50. Good ball from the back from Carter, but the ball falls in the favour of a teammate. Josh Carter almost follows up. Here's Finn inside forward 50. He's kicked smothered off the boot from McNeese. Lorenzini can't mop up in defence. The ball's still going around there on the ground, but a great smother from McNeese. That was very well done.
Goal saving.
He's done that a couple of times in his final series. He's done it actually in the Bundoora game. He did it against Moorcroft. He did it last week against Pettifer as well. He just reads the ball off the boot so well, and he's going to be involved again. Houlihan gave it off. Sinclair standing start, snapping hope. Only as far as Julian Violata. So Heidelberg just lifting the past 5 minutes, kick the last goal. The next one is crucial as Violata goes wide. It's a great hit and spots up Doug Morris, who, well, he could have gone to Flynn, who just ran off the ground. He probably at the time his departure a bit better there because he was in for the mark. And that kick across the face of goal was a dangerous one. It could cough it up. They will. Harvey gets the ball. Now Sinclair feigns one way, goes the other, gets it to Young, who plays on, goes to run inside 50, gets onto the right boot, kick at goal's not going to have the carry, and all by himself on the last line of the fence. Violato now working into space. Here is Anthony Hogan and the wide spread. Great spot up there by Violato. Finds Hogan. Handball now to Carter. Up at the wing. They've quickly turned this one into an attack. Who's going to fly? Coleman stayed down again. It's a foot race. Coleman up against Cosgrove. Coleman got a toe poke on it, but Cosgrove got back and rushed it through for a minor score. Again, execution by foot and by hand by Northcote Park was sensational, and they worked that one up quickly, only for a minor score this time. The Cougars 8 goals, 8-56. Heidelberg 4-7-31.
Kennedy brings it out, finds his man in Cullen, and he's running and bouncing away off half-back. He's feigned to give a handball then, but he decided to kick, but he has run too far. That's you can't do that in grand finals. Now another opportunity for Northcote Park.
Is that pressure, I guess? Once again, he's just trying to get around there, ran that one step too far, and as soon as the whistle went, he threw the head back and he knew it was for. It was now in the hands of Wunton, who's been quiet really. He's taken that one spectacular mark for the goal, and it's been about all we've seen of him so far. He puts it to the hot spot. McEwen's going to fly. Who stays down? Letters the man. Didn't get a kind bounce. Healy. Handball to Cosgrove. Now working it up nicely in the hands of Logie. Goes on the left boot, kicking, looking for his teammate there in the boot. He was worked out of bounds, and will have a throw in where the interchange gates meet. Heidelberg trailing 31-56.
The boot, another one who needs to get more possessions in the forward half. He can be really dangerous if he can latch onto some balls inside 50. Now that handball coming out of the pack from Logie. If Nolan could pick this one up there away here, Heidelberg gave a handball to Sinclair, back to Gay. Almost got run down there by O'Connell, but he was able to make the switch, and now on the outer side running is Adam Jackson. He runs out there and takes a little chip pass up to the wing, tried to find his teammate Ganino. Hogan did really well, contested 2-on-2. The Northcote Park boys win out, and that little snap around the corner finds his teammate, and Kelly now goes inside forward 50 trying to find Pappas, but
no one went
over the back. No one went up for the mark, and moving out nicely is Drapak.
Gives it off to Harvey. I reckon that bit of play there, though, just probably typified the two sides. So we saw Northcote Park being able to chip up the wing and find targets where Heidelberg couldn't find that short 25-metre one. As Kennedy waits under this one, he's going to have to beat two. His dinky little kick's going to be cut off by Delidio. Weighted numbers though for Heidelberg, wins out. Kennedy got it on to Drapak. He's had a good quarter, but that kick, well, unfortunately, Flynn had just come through off the bench and he was able to chop it off. Not much Drapak can do in that situation. Centres the ball to Davies. He's got Hogan on the overlap now. Gets it to him. Hogan can run straight away. Doing the chasing there is Shields. Kicks it long on the lead. Well, getting in front there was Cosgrove. Dropped the mark. High tackle, not paid. No, it wasn't high. It was a great tackle, in fact. Wrong call by the commentator in that situation. And a great effort there by Cosgrove. Wrapped up Rajab. Really a goal-saving tackle, because if Rajab broke through, he would have streamed through to the open goal. Great second effort by Ben Cosgrove.
Drapak's confidence is shot. He's had a few wayward kicks, and it's just not done any justice to his confidence. Lorenzini drops this one right in the middle of the ground, but he has enough time to clean up. And he goes to the long left foot kick up to left half forward. Wunton's the target. He can't take the mark. Good spoil over the back there from the Heidelberg defender. Now Heidelberg have plenty of run through the middle of the ground. Shields trying to get on the end of this one, but he can't control it. Will almost get it back, but very well done there from Hogan. He gets the ball out of a spin out. Right foot kick. Is it going all the way? It has.
65 metres out, Anthony Hogan launches a barrel.
What a goal from
monster
Anthony
of a
Hogan.
Is that a missile? Is that what you consider a missile?
Unbelievable.
That was a huge kick. We saw him kick a great running goal against West Preston in the first week at the finals, and that was huge. And I mean, if it didn't carry, Coleman was all by himself in the goal square. So with
that cleared the crowd behind the goals. Not just the goals, it cleared the crowd behind the goals. It hit the wiring on the back fence. Unbelievable kick.
as Hogan puts through his first of the day, and now Northcote Park with a 31-point lead. It's a game-high lead, 9-8-62. Heidelberg 4-7-31, and the Cougars are well, they're on fire at the moment, and well on their way at the moment as it currently stands to winning their first premiership since 2002, of course, their first grand final since 2002. Heidelberg playing in a 9th consecutive one, but this quarter here, Northcote Park has slammed on 5-2, ball back in the middle after a blood rule, as the umpire now, Cam McPherson, to bounce it down. Flynn will go up against Gay. Ball beautifully bounced down again. Flynn gets the run up at it. Gay, the backhander, into the direction there of Powick. Controlled it beautifully, got it off to his skipper and Harvey. Harvey, a measured kick, looking for, is it the boot on the long leg? Couldn't control it, Letter worried him out. Now Hogan, well, he coughed it up. Getting inside there was Shields, able to lay a spoil. Plenty of players going in. It's a siren sounds on half-time, and what an opening half for the Northcote Park Football Club. At half-time, leading this one by 31 points. In fact, the scores are double as it currently stands. Heidelberg 4-7-31, Northcote Park 9-8-62. Boys, a great half of footy for the Cougars. The goal kickers, Coleman has 4, 1 each to Wunton, Hogan, Carter, Pappas and McEwen. All singles for Heidelberg. Houlihan, Healy, Nolan, De Borlo. We saw a couple of hangers, some great goals by both sides, but Northcote Park all over the top of Heidelberg. Jordan, I'll go to you first for the stats. I'll let you actually accumulate them all first, but Tommy, I'll get your quick wrap-up.